Hi, my name is Annie Khan, and I'm one of the chefs here at Leela's Roti and Doubles. I'm from the island of Trinidad and Tobago, the small city of Chaguanas, which is a central part of Trinidad. Today I'll be doing a Masala Chicken Roast, followed by a Festive Rice special, and later on you'll be introduced to my husband, who'll be doing a curry chicken. So part of the marinade for the Masala Roast is we have shadow beni and pimento pepper. We have room temperature butter, salt. So we got ginger and garlic paste in here. We have a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. We have our garam masala mix with a little bit of red chili powder in there. And we have organic honey. All these ingredients here have been combined to form a beautiful thick marinade. And that's what we're gonna cover the bird with. And we're gonna reserve 1/4 of it to marinate our vegetables. That's also gonna be cooking right underneath the bird. So today I've already prepped the bird. I've actually lifted the skin above for both the top and the bottom. I've also created holes throughout the chicken so that the marinade can penetrate and give some beautiful flavors as the chicken roasts. We're gonna start off today with the seasoning mix I've done, some salt and black pepper. So I'm gonna marry all that into the chicken. A lot of seasoning because I find it adds beautiful flavor to the meat. So I'm gonna rub all these guys in. And I love the smell of the pimentos coming through. Oh, so good. Always make sure to get underneath the skin. And I'm gonna go back now and I'm gonna add that marinade that I've had sitting on the side here. And I'm gonna reserve just 1/4 of it for my vegetables. Oh, I love that smell of the masala and the jeera coming right through. And then lastly now, I'm gonna add some butter at the top just to crisp up the chicken as it roasts. I'm gonna paste it at the bottom too, so it gets a nice sear. And that's our roast all ready to go into the oven. So now we're gonna prepare the vegetable that's gonna go in with the chicken. I'm just gonna set this aside. We're gonna bring forward the vegetables. I'm going to put in some of the marinade that I have reserved, so that's gonna go right in. We're gonna mix all this guy up in here. Wonderful. Now I'm gonna lift up the roasting rack, put in my veggies. It's gonna sit and cook underneath the chicken. And I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken stock, so this is what gets the vegetables nice and soft. Mix that around. I'm gonna add back my rack in there now. And then the bird's gonna go. And now all that beautiful flavor that I got in here, I'm gonna scrape that out and pour it on the bird itself. And then I'm just gonna garnish with a little bit of fresh thyme on top of the bird. Let that burn in. And that's our masala chicken roast, and it's all ready to go into the oven. We're gonna cook this at 450 just to get some nice brown hazel cooking on the chicken. And then about 15-20 minutes or so, we're gonna let that go. And then we're gonna open up the oven. We're gonna cover it with some foil paper, and we're gonna reduce the oven to about 350 until the chicken cooks nice and soft and juicy inside. And then it's all set. So now that we got the chicken roasting for about 50 minutes in the oven, we're gonna move on to our festive rice. So in the festive rice, we're gonna do some bay leaf, cinnamon, ginger, and garlic, onions, Scotch bonnet peppers, pimento peppers. We also have celery and bell peppers, carrots, and thyme. And we're gonna saute it up with some saffron for color. So once all this is translucent in color in the pot, we're gonna add in the pine nuts, and then we're gonna add in the golden raisins. We're using a basmati rice today that I've pre-washed. We're gonna let that saute up along with everything else in here. And then once it starts to cook and you can smell the aroma in the pot, we're gonna add in the 4 cups of chicken stock that I have, and that's gonna add in even more flavor into the dish. Okay, so first I'm gonna add the garlic going in, followed by the ginger, the cinnamon, and the bay leaf. We're gonna let all that saute up nice so it gets nice and golden, the ginger and the garlic. Then I'm gonna add in the peppers and the onions. I'm gonna add in the celery and the bell peppers. I'm gonna add in my thyme and my carrots. Add in some turmeric now for the color. I'll let that cook up a little bit, and then I'll add in the raisins and the pine nuts. Now I'm gonna actually add in the pine nuts, and it's gonna release its own oils in the pot. Now if you want, instead of pine nuts, we could also use cashew nuts, which is also very, very flavorful. Now I'm gonna add in the rice just to toast up a little bit in the veggies melody that I have going. So now I'm gonna add all the chicken stock that I have. So it'll be about 4 cups of chicken stock for 2 cups of rice. Gonna mix that in. We're gonna bring this now to a slight boil, and that's when we know we could cover it and simmer, and it's gonna cook just to perfection. So now that this has come to a boil, I'm going to reduce the temperature slightly just to let it simmer. We're going to cover it, and this is going to cook now for 15 to 20 minutes, and it's going to come out perfect. So now it's been about 50 minutes or so, so we're going to take out our chicken from the oven. And there she is. She smells so good. You can smell all that masala in there. Beautiful spices. I'm excited for the cassava, that's my favorite. Just gonna take out the bird. I'm gonna rest her here as I transport all my potatoes and cassava and sweet potatoes into the tray. Oh, I can smell that wonderful aroma. We're gonna dress our chicken on top of the potatoes, and we're all set for dinner. So now we're gonna check on our rice. It's all set. We're gonna plate it. Oh, I can smell those peppers. The pimento peppers and the Scotch bonnet peppers. Let's fluff up our rice. Now to serve it, you could just remove the thyme springs, as well as the cinnamon sticks and the bay leaf. And here you have it, guys, our festive rice, our masala chicken roast on a bed of potatoes, and you're all set for your Caribbean Christmas dinner. And from my Caribbean family to yours, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.
Vibration.